only here to keep the planet going until it's ready to crack. So the Titans, they say order, really they say order because the Titans ordered the universe, but they ordered the universe to generate Titans. And they are the basis of arcane magic, arcane energy, which is why like fell magic in Warcraft corrupts arcane magic, which is why when Sargeras cracked open Mardum and he was saturated in demonic fell energy, it turned him evil, was because arcane is naturally weak to the fell. But they say that they, it's order and the Titans because they ordered the cosmos, and they did that hoping to generate more life for more Titans to be born. That's really where that basically comes from.
Yeah, I just pulled up a picture of Amanthul, and he looks like Santa Claus.
He's a douche.
Yeah, he looks like Blue Santa.
Amanthul is Roman Reigns confirmed. Pretty much. Yeah. Yeah. Not Blue Santa. But see, the thing is, like, most of the Pantheon is fine. Most of the Titans are fine. Amanthul is the one who's like just a D-bag.
Is he the shot caller?
Yes,
or...
he is the High Father, which is why Odin of the Titan Keepers was such a pain in the ass, because Odin and Keeper Ra were both versions that Amanthul influenced. So that's why Odin was kind of a pain, and Keeper Ra was actually reasonable, because when the Titans were destroyed by Sargeras, their souls radiated out, and when the soul of Amanthul hit Ra and he realized what had happened, it like broke his spirit. So that's a whole deep dive story.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Sperry keeps telling me to look up people that are similar to the people that we're looking at, and I am positively dead. Hang on, I'm sending this to our group chat as well. This is a lot of work, guys. Okay. So this is who he thought of when we looked up pictures of Amanthul.
Did you send it to me?
I sent it to our group chat on Discord.
Oh, yeah, basically. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, man. Oh, man, that's so funny. Okay. Anyway, wild. That's hilarious. I will be tweeting that, to be sure. I will be making that comparison. Absolutely. Wasn't Wise Old Man a meanie too? Asks Fox.
I don't know that he was a meanie.
I don't know who that is.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny though.
I actually have, I just realized I have more void decorations to put in my void area. My void area needs some love.
Yeah. Okay, so another question.
Okay.
Is there a lore reason that raid bosses politely wait in their rooms for years until 25 adventurers show up?
I mean, is there a reason why villains in anime will stand there and let Goku power up for 14 episodes? Is there a reason why Shigaraki will just stand there like a tool as Deku is announcing all of his attacks? They do it for anticipation and storytelling.
This gives me another idea.
Okay.
What is Xalatath doing right now?
Oh yeah, what is she doing right now?
Like, she shows up beginning of this expansion.
Is she just
she's gone.
Just doing what she does, whispering in somebody's ear? Her best.
What is Xalatath doing? She is polishing her toes.
Xalatussy.
She is lurking. She is lurking in Casual Cal's stream. That's what it is. That is my twinkle toes, and I don't care.
She's getting a pedicure. I can't. She's moisturizing them feet. She's getting the feet washed.
No,
I can't.
I think she's watching. Like, you gotta, like, from the cinematic, we know how old she is. She's old, and she was originally a mortal that got turned into a void being. That's crazy. Because the question that I have for the longest time is, why is Xalatath, like, she's not an old god, because old gods are the agents of the void lords. She is a void entity, and she's a strong enough void entity to wage a war against the old gods in the Black Empire. But why? Like, she's a void entity. Why would she go against them? So then we find out she used to be immortal, and she's kind of like a deeper version of Sylvanas right now to me. She had her life, her family, her world destroyed by the void. She got turned into what destroyed her, and now she's just pissed off and wants vengeance on existence. Like, she really is just a newer version of Sylvanas. She's just mad. So I think that she's had millions of years of plotting, waiting a couple of weeks in between and just causing some strife here or there just to keep pushing the heroes of Azeroth in its direction. She's been plotting this for millions of years. She's just been waiting. She is patient. So she's probably just letting what she's doing fester. It's worked so far. Sorry.
Mr. Sperry, did you get kicked? You're not in your assigned spot in WoW. I think you were AFK too long.
Yeah.
Roll call, get in here.
Do you think there's a chance that she might have like a redemption arc where like, I'm not going to be bad anymore. I'll change my mind.
I don't think she's bad. I think she's... I'm going to change. I think she's a version of Illidan and Sylvanas.
Not bad.
She's playing a long game that nobody on this planet has any ability to conceptually like think of.
Yeah, I think that people like villains in stories like this show that there's a complexity to different people, right? Obviously, but I think it also enforces the idea that like power and money and like social capital, whatever, they are morally neutral, but they reveal the character of whoever's using them. So like I think a lot of us emotionally maybe like, I don't know, would relate to well, I think that that's what makes a good villain is people that we relate to, like Sylvanas, like Xalatath, like, you know, stuff like that. I can think of a bunch of villains in like stories and shows that we all used to watch that it's like, okay, like when you make a good villain, you make them relatable, but you also make them extremely satisfying to hate. And that makes me think about like how, I don't know, like usually when you don't like somebody, you don't like qualities in yourself that you see in them. And so I think like if we had the level of power that some of these villains had, we probably would be quite infamous ourselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I love about these stories though. I'm like, I mean, truth be told, I don't know much about Demencius because I just started caring about the lore after the Liadrin short, so I don't even know what he was doing. I don't know anything about him. I don't really relate to a giant purple cloud, but I will say that like all of the other ones, especially the women, naturally I see some of myself in them.
Yeah, and I mean that's they always do that. And if you look at any movie, like it's probably easier to do with movies than books, but like any movie is generally going to have a character that even science fiction fantasy movies and stuff, they will usually put in a character that is a stabilizing agent, and then the rest of the characters are representations, they're themes, they're thematics. Joseph Campbell talks about it a lot in his books. One of his best books is The Hero with a Thousand Faces. And like there's different kinds of villains, there's different kinds of heroes. So like you have villains like the Joker, where is overly sympathetic. Like, and I'm talking about Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. When you watch the first, if you go and watch the first Joker with Joaquin Phoenix, the problem with that movie is that he never chooses to be the Joker. He loses his health insurance, he loses his medical insurance, he loses his job. He gets turned in. He is turned into the Joker outside. He did not like he was going to therapy. He was taking meds. He was working a job. He, you know, and he got kicked in the teeth by the universe until he finally snapped. Yeah. That is a dangerous sympathetic story to tell because we as people can resonate with that and go, you know what? The Joker, I kind of get it. And then you have a villain. Then you have a villain like Thanos, where Thanos believes he was right. Yeah. And you could make arguments about Thanos being right. And it's like, you can see what Thanos as a villain is doing and you understand why he's doing it. But generally healthy people would go, I get it. I couldn't do that. And that's a good sympathetic villain.
Yeah.
And then you have villains like Darkseid that are just, I want to destroy everything because I want to destroy everything. Or like, you know, Doomsday, you know, evil Hulk smash. And it's like, that's not very sympathetic because you're just a force of destruction and, you know, you're one dimensional. So, you know.
Yeah. I think the worst villain that I never related to and hated with everything. I think the most hated villain in all of like history, and this is I would say niche to this fandom, is Dolores Umbridge from Harry Potter. She sucks so bad. I hate her.
Joffrey Baratheon.
Oh yeah,
literally just thinking about Joffrey this morning on the way to work.
Joffrey Baratheon.
Yeah, no, he was pretty god awful. It was very satisfying to see him die.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't say that about, you know, pretty much anybody, but yeah, he was god awful.
The
Dolores
actor of
Umbridge
Joffrey,
and Joffrey Baratheon is
he was
at the
so
time.
good. He was so good that he stopped acting because of all the hate he got. And
Yeah,
it's like,
it's crazy.
it's a show, people. It's a teenager. Like, give him kudos for playing a role that hated globally.
He's
like,
so
just a
There are
detestable.
other actors that do that. They've only ever played like a villain, and everyone hates them.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Being inbred.
Okay, so next question: how do you feel about the marriage of Lorthamar and Thalyssra?
Yeah, boy. That's my dog. That's my boy. The thing about Lorthamar and Thalyssra, if you look at what the Nightborn elves went through, and you look at what the Blood elves went through, they were able to essentially truly trauma bond.
Yeah.
Like what both of those individuals as leaders of an elven tribe, the thousands of years of pain and anguish and just constant fear in fighting, they have very similar experiences and concerns. So like I am all for Thalyssra and Lorthamar getting together, and I think that they would have a lot of similar pain and similar healing to do. And I think, like many people, we want to find somebody that, you know, and I think Robin Williams said it best. The worst thing in the world is not to be alone. It's to be around people that make you feel like you're alone.
Yeah.
And like, there aren't many beings that are as old as Thalyssra and Lorthamar that can understand what they went through, and they both can. But,
Yeah.
and additionally, as leaders of their, you know, their respective people to an extent. So like, I love that they're together because they've been through so much pain, and they now are finally with somebody that's like, I don't just see you as in I see your physical presence. I truly see you. And even better, I understand. Like it's a whole new level of empathy and emotional intelligence of like, you know, there's nobody else that can understand what we went through, but you actually get it. Oh my God. Not to mention,
Yeah.
you're gorgeous. You're gorgeous. You know, like, it's just, man, yeah. Come on, Lothar, let's go.
Yeah. Yeah, I love their story. Their pain is shared in a way, but they can help each other in ways no one else can. Yeah, 100% right. SMH woke.
Yep.
SMH my head.
I'd rather be awake than asleep.
Yeah. Okay. Next question. Love in my Warcraft? Absolutely not. Okay. Next question. Are there any interesting lore aspects that someone who only consumes the game miss out on that are in the books or other media?
Yes, to an extent. I think it depends on what characters you care about or what aspects of the game you care about. One second. For me, I like digging deeper into the lore because I like knowing the whys, and reading the book Rise of the Lich King gives you a deeper input into it makes the fall of Arthas so much like more meaningful because the rise of the Lich King. So for those that don't know, there's Warcraft 3, the Frozen Throne. At the end of it, he sits on the Frozen Throne, and then the game stops, we don't know what happens, and then World of Warcraft kicks off, and then Burning Crusade, and then finally Wrath of Lich King. So there's a bunch of time where we don't know what's going on, and the whole time Arthas was just